It's like no words for me to really express. You know what I'm saying? It's no words to express what's going on. No words. But just know that our hearts and minds and prayers are with y'all, with everybody. But if you just need to call in and just vent about anything, please do. Please do. For sure. We're right there with y'all. So we about to get back to the music, y'all. So I'm going to definitely speak to y'all in just a minute, okay? All right, now y'all, I'll check with y'all on the next break, all right? Download the Round Here Radio app. All right, y'all, check y'all on the next break, okay?
Yeah, we back.
We back, y'all.
We back.
Yeah, we up in here,
It's
man.
the Boom Bap Power.
Boom Bap Power, baby.
Round Here
Word.
Radio.
What's poppin'?
Download the app. Listen to the conversation. Please call in 706
Smoking that good limoncello.
4802. Yes. And yeah, we just continuing the conversation about everything that's been going on like this past week. So the Petal, Mississippi mayor refuses to resign after he made comments supporting the actions of the Minneapolis police officer.
They asked for his resignation, though?
Yeah, because basically, you know, in his initial tweet,
that goddamn Twitter get everybody in trouble, boy. Twitter, I stay off that bitch. Fuck Twitter.
Well, watch what you say.
Twitter.
So he said, why in the world would anyone choose to become a police officer in our society today? So the tweet sparked a response from one user, Jason Darby, who said, well, it would be nice to get a few in there that understand reasonable force when it's needed. Don't give the rest of them a bad reputation. So he had his opportunity to maybe kind of think about it, apologize, and fix his words in such an inappropriate statement during such a trying time. But of course he did not.
Of course he didn't.
He said, if you're talking about the incident in Minnesota, I didn't see anything unreasonable. If
what?
you can say boy. You can't breathe, you're breathing.
Keep your comments to yourself, fam.
Most likely that man died of overdose or heart attack. Video doesn't show his resistance that got him in that position, and the police are getting crucified. So last time I checked, the videos that were leading up to the police getting him out of the car, I saw the police beating his ass. That's what I seen. Okay. I didn't see no resistance.
Did you guys hear this report where they said he didn't die from the choking?
Yes.
Yeah, he died of different causes.
Yes. Okay. And
okay. So now, if he died of different causes, right?
Yeah.
That's where they go. Like that's where they going. Fuck around and let these motherfuckers loose.
Well, they said that they're going to get
because
a
they're going to
say, and I really hope they do.
Well, this was the family who got the autopsy, though, right?
Trachea.
Didn't the family get the autopsy?
Well, of course, I think they're getting a second opinion. Okay, so
that's what I mean. I thought
it was a Minneapolis medical examiner. You know, first they're going to send.
No, I thought it was the dude Biden, like that famous coroner. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know exactly who the coroner was, but I know it was a Minneapolis medical examiner, pretty much, right?
Know what it is.
No, I thought I read a report where the family got their own person to examine the body.
They might have after that. So I think that's the second opinion that they're talking about.
I think his name is Michael Biden.
Okay.
And he's like one of the dudes who's like over the feds, like you know what I'm saying?
Well,
that's who's doing the first. That's
who did the
No.
second one, which said that he
They're doing
didn't.
the second one.
He didn't die from asphyxiation.
So we're going to see exactly how that turns out. But there's something floating around Facebook that I love, and it's a message to the Minneapolis Medical Examiner. It says, "Dear Minneapolis Medical Examiner, it is with profound joy that I inform you that Black people are doctors, nurses, and nurse practitioners. That means that we are well versed in the pathophysiology of the human body, and as such, we recognize that heart disease and hypertension are contributory factors of death," meaning there's usually an event that acts as the catalyst for immediate death. In other words, stop the bullshit and try again with the truth. Sincerely, a Black RN.
That's the trickery. I'm telling y'all, that's it right there. That's the trickery right there. They're gonna say he died from something else, not from what Boy did to him.
Right.
That's what they're gonna say. So they're gonna say, Boy, he might be negligent in like his duties or whatever. But they gonna flip it, and they gonna listen. You think the riots is bad now? When they flip this,
oh my,
people are gonna go
ballistic.
ham.
What you think though? After so many times.
Look, we already seen this happen. Rodney King. The video was clear that they beat the crap out of that man and they let him go.
Listen, this one man George has literally got everybody across the world united.
The
like
UK,
that.
The Amish.
Think about that. The Amish.
Okay, well, think back to 93. Think back to 1993. The only reason why we know about that is because the fact that social media and the internet, right? So that's why it's different now than it was back in 93 with Rodney King.
Right.
People around the world was in support of Rodney King.
Okay. Right.
And they still got off.
Ridiculous. Yeah. And then this third degree murder and manslaughter charge is like, really?
Yeah, but like in Minnesota, that's the only place that got third degree murder. Like it's one of like three or four states that have that charge. So again, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like they spent all that time trying to figure out how they could throw the okie doke in.
A murder is a murder to me.
Right.
They explained it. I saw it on CNN. He gave the explanation.
Like premeditated or
right. See, murder, first degree is premeditated. That means you wanted to go do it. Third degree is like you was just so willy-nilly in your actions that you didn't care if somebody died or not. That's what third degree is.
Second degree even.
But you didn't think you wasn't going to kill nobody. You was just so willy-nilly with your actions that you didn't care if somebody died. That's what they say third degree murder
But
is.
second degree murder is defined as an intentional killing that was not premeditated. Second degree murder requires that the defendant acted impulsively and without premeditation, but with an intent and understanding of his actions. That is second degree murder all day long. If he just did, of course he probably didn't know. Well, maybe he did know that.
Oh, you talking about the cop?
I'm saying
that's
that
fucking first degree all day. If you want to put it like
basically,
that. He knew what the fuck he was doing. You see,
he knew what the fuck
he
was doing.
His smile on his face.
Listen, they didn't found. They will never find these kind of loopholes for a black person that's on trial. They won't be like, oh man, maybe he didn't. Maybe it was third degree murder.
So are they saying premeditated is something that happens before, like maybe days before the incident or something? I don't really understand what the difference is, but I mean, as far
then they try to throw in this.
What the difference between first and second degree?
Y'all hear that they knew each other before this shit even happened? Like they worked together on a job.
Basically, they were both security.
George knew the cop because they worked the same job together.
He probably did. So that's
for 10 years, you're gonna see somebody and know who they are. If it's 10 years, I can see if it's like 2 or 3 years, you might not have never seen them. They go there and gone. 10 years, you know this dude work here. He is somebody that company likes.
The cop didn't know who he was.
No, I don't know. They ain't say that.
They really haven't
just said that. But I'm just saying,
like, fuck all that.
That's part of why, like, Moke might be behind all of this. You know what I'm saying? Because, like,
at the end of the day,
Bull, whatever it was, Bull was doing something personal. Like, you don't do that to nobody.
The cop did what
unless it's personal. Yeah, unless it's personal. Like, you want to hurt somebody just because, like.
Yo, at the end of the day, the cop did what he did is fucking murder. And it's unjustified, and you wondering why these motherfuckers is or thugs. The hate you gave us, you understand? Since you want to call us that, that's exactly what it is. The hate you gave us. You wanna know why we out there fucking up some shit? That's why. Because them motherfuckers got tired of it. Now, you do got some people out there. Be careful and watch for the hook because they are planting people out there to make it seem like...
Yo, I seen the videos, fam. I seen them.
KKK
Whereas people out there just doing stuff,
right now.
and they doing it in the name of black people, like they making think black people responsible for all of this damage, and it's not. It's
first of all, Minnesota's only 6% black.
Even I'm talking about in the other cities too, like all across the country. Like, listen, these hate organizations, they mobilizing too. They know what it is. So they looking at it like, oh, this is our chance to make black people look bad.
Right. By
doing things in that, like putting Black Lives Matter on the wall. That, you know what I'm saying?
Hate is the thought
busting windows out. Like they out there busting windows out. I seen a video of a dude just busting windows. He didn't go in there and loot or anything. He just wanted to bust the windows.
He was the very first person that sparked any of the physical damage or damage to any building. The very first. And he knew that because he knew that it was like a, he knew a bunch of hurt people was going to follow suit. But we actually going to be talking to...
this is why we got my man on the show.
Yes.
My man Ricky Prestige, man.
Yes, and we're going to be talking about his book, Mind Alignment, next. Okay, so we definitely going to be talking about that after this
metaphor science on y'all.
Boom, bad power.
Why this situation.
Boom, bad power.
You know what I mean? So we're going to catch that on the next segment, man. Y'all need y'all to tune in. Word, man.
Yes, tune in.
Yeah, man, these motherfuckers is crazy. Why? You notice we ain't got... What happened to COVID-19, y'all?
It's still out here, fam. You see the mask is still in effect. The mask is still in effect, fam.
There'll be a second wave. We don't know.
Yeah. Word, my G.
No, it might be too hot. They said COVID-19 can't survive in certain temperatures.
That's what they say.
It's a wrap. Ain't no more. It's like the flu, man.